Morning. Hi, I'm Linda from Charlotte, North Carolina, visiting for several weeks. Thanks.
Wonderful. Welcome.
Welcome. Hello, my name is Marianne. I'm from Germany, and I am moving here to this area. So I'm, very, very new.
Well, welcome.
We're so happy to have you.
How about any visitors on Zoom this afternoon?
We have no visitors on Zoom this afternoon.
Hard to break that habit that we meet in the afternoon instead of the morning, isn't it? Welcome to all, visitors, members, and friends. Here at LCUUF, each week offers something unique. Reflections from our minister, Reverend Matt Alspaugh, as well as insights from members and guest speakers. We warmly invite you to return and journey with us through this ever-unfolding landscape of thought, spirit, and belief.
Oh, I know what happened.
One moment.
Devorah has a special announcement right now, so I will invite you forward. And,
There you go.
Good afternoon. I'm Devorah Kelly, and one of the things that I do here at LCUUF to use my time and talents in service to this amazing fellowship is Reverend Matt and I twice a year offer a starting point program, which is this. Now, it's primarily for people who are new to either Unitarian Universalism and or to our fellowship. But if you've been here, Bob Coaches came last time and he's been here for 20 years. And I think you got something out of it. So we give first dibs to anyone who's new here, and there are quite a few of you. And then if there's room, we would love to have people who are curious about what we do. We start with, where did you come from in your faith tradition? Then we go into our congregation here, the history of our 20 years here. And then we go into Unitarian Universalism. And it's a way to meet a small group of people, get connected, and find a place that you might want to put your time and talents in here. We don't require it, it's optional. And on the back, I think it's 6 people gave their testimonials. So I have this copy that I'm going to give to Deb, but there are copies on the welcome table. We hope you'll join us. The first one is August 12th, 19th, and 26th. So it's 3 Wednesdays in August for about 2 hours right here. So thanks.
I'll go up now. Thank you, Devorah. That was nice. Okay, our chalice lighting words today are by Beatrice Hitchcock. The flaming chalice is the symbol of Unitarian Universalism. It is an everlasting flame for this community. It offers us warmth to those who are cold. It provides light to those who would see. It purifies and transforms this sanctuary into sacred space and this congregation into a sacred community. May its flame burn true and high and strong. Thank you, Heidi. Now, having lit our chalice, let us sing these words together. Each week, we come together to lament with, celebrate with, and care for one another in our community. Each week, we take time to acknowledge and share what's real in our lives. There is power in the sharing as we hold each other in community. We'll begin here in the room to allow those joining us on Zoom to share by chat. If you have a joy, sorrow, or milestone to share, please raise your hand and the mic will be brought to you. A sentence or two is enough. I'd like to start before we get into it. Saturday is my mother's 96th birthday, so I just wanted to acknowledge that.
My name is Bob Coaches. Most of you know my daughter, Wendy. and I would like you all to send positive thoughts to her of passing her bar this week. She takes the exam on Tuesday and Wednesday in Yakima, Washington.
Well, we wish her the best of luck on that.
Go, Wendy. Anyone else?
Yeah, over here on the left, Heidi. Oh,
I'll come around.
Hi, my name is Kathy Vardy, and I just wanted to say that my sister Helen is visiting me for the month of July from Austin, Texas. She's beating the heat, and I am having such a fun time with her, so glad she's here.
welcome.
Lovely to meet you, Helen.
I'm Ari, and I just wanted to say that I've just received temporary residency here in Mexico.
Hi, I'm Patty, and I just wanted, this isn't a milestone, but I recommended a video to Carol Johnson a couple weeks ago, and she was going to actually tell the congregation about it. And being the Music Week, it's a video called Alive Inside, and it's
Called
about
what? I'm sorry.
work Alive Inside, and you can see it on YouTube, and it's about music and how it brings dementia patients out of their, their shell, and it's a fantastic thing. So, being that it's Music Week, I thought I'd see you.
Nice to see you too. Hi, I'm Terry Rawson. I'm going to jump in here because I don't see Dee Dee here. I want to make sure everyone knows that we are in full swing. I'm very happy to tell you about the next Understanding Mexico, Mexican Culture series. It's going to be about Mexican politics, and it's going to be here on August 10th, 11th, 13th, and 14th. So if you haven't already received information, you will be getting some shortly. There's information on the bulletin board. There are flyers, I hope. I'm not sure if they're here yet or not, but yeah, June's got them. Great. So if you participated last year, you'll know it's a high-quality event. I mean, it's really a great gathering, and we invite everyone here to be a part of it and to tell your friends. Thanks so much.
Well worth the time.
Hello, my name is Johannes Bjorner, and this is my lovely wife, Susanne. We have a joy, and also, which is also sad at the same time. The joy is that we're moving to Cincinnati to a retirement community. We tried to get in there 7 years ago before even coming to Mexico, and the conditions were not very favorable. So this time we said, well, we want to look into, when Susanne is by herself, what would be the conditions. And we spoke with them, and they said, why don't you both move in? And they gave us some very attractive conditions. But we're also very sad to leave here all the wonderful people. And so it's mixed feelings. And
When do you expect that to happen?
end of August.
End of August.
Yeah.
So we have you for another month.
Yeah.
Good.
We will miss you, boy.
I think Barley had something.
Oh, you.
Oh, hi, I'm Barley. I wanted to send our sympathy to Joni Franklin for her husband's death last week. And Joni was going to be singing with us today, so we're sad that she'll miss that too. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Colleen Beery. I've had just the best month visiting you all, and I can't wait to come back. I also am from Austin, so I know about beating the heat. I'm kind of dreading it going back this weekend, but it's been lovely seeing you all.
Are there any joys, sorrows, or milestones that were shared on Zoom this afternoon?
Yes, we have a sorrow from Joan Franklin. In this deeply sad time of David having passed, I am grateful beyond words for the compassion and love of so many of you for reaching out to me and for all your care.
Is that it, the only one?
That's all, yeah.
Okay, we light this candle, our care candle, to represent the joys and sorrows spoken and witnessed today, as well as those we hold in the silent sanctuary of our hearts. Let us now share a few moments of silence, please. Okay, thank you. We are now going to pass the baskets, if our people will come up who are doing that for us, please. We pass the baskets during our worship service to make a community expression of thanks for the blessing of abundance, to visibly bring in the harvest at this most cherished hour of our week. Please know that each of the 6 charitable organizations here at Lakeside receive what we give at our services. For July, we will be highlighting Niñas Sabias. The description is on the monitor right up here in front. As we pass the baskets, if you are new here today, or you are struggling to hold things together, please just let the basket pass you on by. Your presence is more than enough and is a gift to all of us. The morning offering afternoon actually, will now be taken, I'm having a tough time with that, and received in the spirit of grateful fellowship. Thank you very much. We really appreciate it. May these gifts be used in service of our mission as we nurture a community grounded in love and logic, inspire personal spiritual growth, and encourage lives of integrity, joy, and service. Now Matt will come forward and lead us in a meditation.
I feel like saying, good morning. Yeah. But good afternoon. And so I invite you into a little space of meditation, a little time of meditation. And so I invite you to close your eyes or soften your eyes as is most comfortable for you. And let's just do a little meditation on the breath. We'll start by taking a deep breath in and hold, and then slowly and gently exhale. And again, a deep breath in, holding, and gently, slowly exhaling. And a final deep breath in, hold, and exhale. And you may notice, if you pay attention, that the inhale is somewhat energizing, and the slow, gentle exhale can help you relax your body. And so now I invite you to breathe in your own style, at your own pace, whether deep or shallow, slow or fast, just for a minute or so longer. And let us return now. Return to this place and this time to be together again.
No one knows the exact origins of the song, "We Shall Overcome," but it might have been born in the 19th century, during the time of slavery in the United States. Its opening and closing lines are reminiscent of an old African-American spiritual, "No more auction block for me." Imagine enslaved people working in the fields singing something like this simple refrain. In 1901, an African-American Methodist minister named Charles Albert Tindley published "I'll Overcome Someday," a hymn about spiritual warfare and not civil rights. Plant where they worked. They were trying to raise their hourly wage to 65 cents. Lucille began singing this song slowly and freely, encouraging her sisters to fight to overcome their oppression.
We will win our rights. We will win our rights.
Zilphia Horton, a teacher at Tennessee's Highlander Folk School, learned the chant from the striking cigar factory workers, and she passed it along to Pete Seeger, who published it in 1947. He changed the word to will to shall because shall has a more open vowel, and he added more verses. Seeger's folk music colleagues Guy Carawan and Frank Hamilton changed the rhythm to a slow 12/8 tempo. In 1957 in Tennessee, deputies broke into a school that was teaching union and civil rights training. They cut the power and forced the students to lie in the dark as they smashed up the classroom looking for communist literature. The trembling students on the floor began singing, softly at first. One of the students was a 13-year-old girl named Jamala Jones. In order to control her fear, she made up a new verse to the song, which the students sang for 2 hours until the men left their school and left them alone. In the 1960s, a young black quartet called the Freedom Singers carried the tune and the hopeful words with them as they traveled around the United States singing for peace and freedom. Black college students sang as they were hauled away from whites-only lunch counters and thrown into police wagons. We shall overcome. In 1963, mourners sang the song for 4 little girls that were pulled from the wreckage of their Sunday school room, and as a bomb went off at their church in Birmingham. In a huge rally in Washington, D.C. on August 28, 1963, Dr. Martin Luther King gave his famous "I Have a Dream" speech, calling for the end of racism. At the event, Joan Baez led 250,000 of Dr. King's supporters in song.
We are not afraid to
And on April 9, 1968, in Atlanta, Georgia, a massive crowd of black people and white people linked their arms and sang "We Shall Overcome" while marching behind Dr. Martin Luther King's funeral procession. And today, a century since its birth, "We Shall Overcome" is still being sung. It brings people together, it stirs people to action, and it provides strength to continue fighting for the rights of the oppressed everywhere. The song has even made its way around the world. It's been belted out by striking coal miners in Great Britain, by apartheid opponents in South Africa, and by student protesters in China's Tiananmen Square. And yet, just in the last few years, it was sung at a Baltimore vigil for a transgender woman who was brutally beaten. Children of immigrants sang "We Shall Overcome" at a Capital Dream rally act. It was sung at a vigil after the violent white supremacist rally in Charlottesville, and courageous Minneapolis protesters sang it during the anti-ICE protest earlier this year. Now, please rise and body your spirit if you're comfortable doing so, and join us in singing "We Shall Overcome" together, remembering and honoring all of those who have sung this song before us.
I got to compose myself. Mood shift. So when I started working here at this fellowship 9 years ago next month, there were several areas of controversy. Yeah, we had conflict. One controversy was whether we even needed a minister. Somehow that got resolved, and I'm still here. Another controversy was around music. The congregation didn't spend any money on music in those days, and some people were proud of that fact. Frankly, some of the congregation did not want to sing and would have been quite happy if we got rid of hymns altogether. I promoted our music program, but I struggled to explain why we needed a strong music program. I could only say that I thought that music and singing were part of what made a good Sunday service, and that wasn't a very strong answer. I've subsequently learned that there is a psychology behind singing together. To sing together, we have to breathe together. And when we breathe together, we are more connected to each other. We are more likely to feel empathetic towards each other. We're more likely to help each other out, to trust each other. So singing, beyond merely sounding nice, helps us to create community. Now I'm thinking of those young people at the Highland Folk School that Jan described. They were laying face down, fearing for their lives during a police assault on their school, and yet they were singing for their lives. And I realized that singing can bring something else. Singing can help us be courageous. Singing can help us focus on each other. And singing has, in fact, helped nonviolent resistance movements stay together and stay focused on the resistance, being nonviolent, even in the face of violence thrown at them. Now I want to talk a little bit about Unitarian and Universalist roles in the formation of the idea of nonviolent resistance as we understand it today. Our position is peculiar, for we are not a pacifist tradition, denominationally opposed to war, like the Quakers or the Mennonites. but our involvement in the idea of nonviolent social change goes way back. Henry David Thoreau, an early Unitarian minister, wrote his famous essay, Civil Disobedience, in 1849, after being jailed for failing to pay a poll tax. He was protesting the Mexican-American War and the subsequent expansion of slavery in the United States. Now, both Gandhi and Martin Luther King read Thoreau as they formed their nonviolent resistance strategies. That's just one of the threads of our involvement as a movement, a thread that is woven into the larger fabric of nonviolent resistance. But here's another one, perhaps much less well known. Before Thoreau wrote his essay, the Universalist minister, Aidan Ballou, published a book called Christian Non-Resistance in 1846. In it, he suggested that Christians resist evil with what he called nonviolent love. However, such ideas of love and peace became unfashionable during the Civil War, and Ballou was pretty much forgotten in the United States. But Ballou's book made its way to Russia, to Leo Tolstoy. And Tolstoy, after achieving fame and wealth with his novels, had a spiritual crisis. He began reading widely, including Ballou's book, and he corresponded with Ballou before that minister died. He would later say that Aidan Ballou was America's greatest writer. And in 1893, Tolstoy would go on to write a book about his own faith, in which a central point was called The Law of Non-Resistance to Evil by Violence. Now, while Tolstoy's book was mostly banned in Russia, copies made their way to other countries where they were published. Tolstoy's book made its way to Mahatma Gandhi, but just before the turn of the century, just 24 years old, living in Pretoria, South Africa. Now, initially, Gandhi was skeptical, seeing this book as just another attempt to convert him to Christianity. But no, he said, the book overwhelmed me. He also said, its reading cured me of my skepticism and made me a firm believer in ahimsa, or nonviolence. Gandhi wrote several books on his philosophy of nonviolent resistance. And some of those books made their way to Martin Luther King around 1950. King began to base his ideas for social change on Gandhi's work. Now, King had already been studying Thoreau's Civil Disobedience. However, Gandhi's ideas really clicked for him. King wrote, "It was in this Gandhian emphasis on love and nonviolence that I discovered the method for social reform that I have been seeking for so many months." Now, I should be clear that other black theologians and leaders were studying Gandhi, including teachers of King. But King was able to adapt that thinking, Gandhi's thinking, into a practical model for social change in the United States. And King's work for nonviolent social change has been carried forward in numerous other nonviolent actions which Unitarian Universalists have been a part of. Black Lives Matter, LGBTQ movements, anti-war movements, the disability rights movement, environmental actions, the list just goes on. We hold on to the thread and we keep weaving that thread with other threads to extend the garment of nonviolence in this world. And here's the surprising thing. Nonviolent resistance works. In a book titled Why Civil Resistance Works, Erica Chenoweth and Maria Stephan analyzed over 300 nonviolent and violent campaigns from 1900 to 2006. They showed that nonviolent action was twice as effective as violent action in overthrowing authoritarian regimes. Nonviolence succeeded over half the time, while violent actions were only successful about a quarter of the time. And furthermore, nonviolence was 10 times more likely than violence to promote transitions to democracies in the years following those actions. This was true even when the nonviolent campaigns failed. So we promote nonviolence as a tool for social change, not merely for moral or ethical reasons, though these are extremely important aspects. We promote nonviolence because it works. As a religious movement that is out and involved in the world, we use nonviolent action as one of our means to achieve social change and to make the world a better place. Now, we don't all have to be on the front lines. Not all of us are built that way. But let's together support the ones who take the lead in civil disobedience and nonviolent action. We each have our parts to sing, but let's sing together. We become so much stronger, connected, unified when we sing together, metaphorically, singing for social change. And in so doing, working together, each with our own parts, we will bring change for the better. I do believe we shall overcome. Someday we shall overcome.
Our closing hymn is just disappeared, so I don't know what it's called. Ah, there it is. We shall not be moved. No nos moverán. Beth is going to lead us in the congregation and the choir.
Ugo is also going to come up and help us, and Jenny is playing ukulele. And by the way, the narrator on the previous piece was my wife, Jan Mason, and all right. So this is a song we sang at the No Tyrants March in March. And I put the English lyrics and the Spanish lyrics. We're going to kind of go back and forth because we can. And I invite you to join us. Ugo is going to lead you in some call and response on the verses. Oh, can we have that mic for the ukulele? We changed it a little bit. The green one. It's on. Okay, perfect. In English. We shall not be moved. We shall not be moved like a tree that's planted by the water. We shall not be moved. United for peace. We shall not be moved. United for peace. We shall not be moved just like a tree.
When each one of us feels despair for the world, so filled with the voices of hate, so much violence and oppression, when we feel silenced, so alone and so powerless to act, may we return again to remember the breath breathed in unison, here with our companions, to the song sung together here with our spiritual siblings, and to the thread that runs through nonviolent resistance through the ages. And know that we shall overcome one day.
Let us extinguish our chalice with these words, which we will read together. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we keep in our hearts and share with the world. Our worship is over. Our service begins. Go in peace and with a purpose.